Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So students, today we are going to start with a new topic that's basic on English. So students, without wasting any further time, come let's start with our today's topic. So this is for class 7th and I'll be revealing the name of the topic in some time. But before I need you all to think and analyze what are we going to study today. Now, the tiny teacher. Now, tiny teacher is someone who is very small, who is very short, maybe in size, shape, height, but he is a teacher. Why? Maybe because he's teaching something? Yes. So, though so very small, the ant is unbelievably intelligent and hardworking. Among the various kinds, the commonest ant in black or red in color. Ants live in comfortable homes called ant hills. So students, any idea what are we going to study about? Yes. So today we are going to study about ant and how ant is a very good teacher. By hand, how is it hardworking and how common ant which is only black in color or red in color and they live in very comfortable homes that are known as ant hills. So yes, our today's topic is about ants. Fine. Now, anthill is such type of thing which is there in the grounds. We can even find anthills in our homes, in our places, gardens, okay, near the gaps which are there in our bathrooms, kitchen, tiles, near sands, near beaches. So this is an anthill and they go deep inside it and this is their home. Yes. Now, let's begin our today's topic of the tiny teacher. Now, name the smallest insect you have ever seen and the wisest. Is it the fly? No, it isn't. Is it the mosquito? No, not the mosquito. So, neither fly nor mosquito is the smallest and the wisest. So, then it must be the worm? No, none of these. So neither mosquito nor worm nor fly is the smallest and the wisest. It is the ant. Ant is a very common, the smallest but the wisest insect. The story of an ant's life sounds almost untrue, but people have kept ants as pets and have watched their daily behavior closely. So we know a number of facts and about this tiny hardworking intelligent creature. An ant uses its feelings or antenna to talk to other ants by passing messages through them. Watch a row of ants moving up or down the wall. Each ant greets all the others from coming from the opposite direction by touching their feelers. So here we are seeing that author is trying to tell us something that is very important, unusual and strange about ants. Yes? Yes. So now what author is trying to tell us that na mosquito, na fly, na worm, na insect कुछ भी नहीं है. The story of ant's life is almost untrue. Now why it is untrue? ऐसा क्या है ant में? Many people have kept ant as pet. Now in today's generation students, we have observed that how people pet animals are goats, cows, dogs, cats, maybe horses, but ants as pet, this is something very strange and something very unusual. Yes, and they have watched their daily behavior closely. Now what people are trying to do these days, the generation is keeping ant as a pet and now they are observing their behavior very closely and minutely. So we know a number of facts about this tiny, hardworking and intelligent creature. So what are the three features of ants poet has mentioned? First of all, it is very tiny. Secondly, it is very hardworking, and thirdly, it is intelligent. Now, how ant is a mixture of all these qualities, we'll get to know in the further slides. An ant, it uses its feelers or antennas to talk to ants by passing messages to them. So these are antennas. Wait, I'll use another color. Yes, these are antennas and these are also known as feelers, and when they want to communicate or send any message or pass any message or anything to other ants, they used they are using these feelers. Watch a row of ants moving up or down the wall. Each ant greets all others coming from the opposite direction by touching their feelers. This is the most important fact which I have learned today and which you all also have learned today. So next time, make sure whenever you observe a group of ants, whenever they are going up and down the wall, see, are they using these two feelers and are they using these feelers to communicate with other ants? Are they touching them? Please do notice and let me know down in the comment box. Now, see, how are they using? We just now studied that ants are of two types, like they are either black in color or they are either red in color. Yes. So now how are they using these feelers or antennas? Like this. In this way they are messaging up, passing a message or contacting to the other ants. Yes. I am pretty sure now you must be getting that concept, how ants use antennas or feelers to talk with other ants and how they are using this as a symbol of messaging. Now, think and answer. Man wonders that the smallest creature is the... Yes. Man thinks smallest creature क्या होता है? It is the wisest. We have studied just now about ants. Now the ants greet each other by using feelers, by touching feelers or antennas. Now is this statement true or false, students? We just now saw in the previous slide. It is true. Yes? Now, before we proceed further, there are some word exposition for all of you and these words I have taken from the book itself. Now, you need to make synonyms that are same words and antonyms that are opposite words from these words. Now, tiny ka synonym is, tiny means very small. I have a tiny book. I have a tiny box and it's huge, large, wise, clever. And antonym of wise is fool, foolish. Yes. Hardworking. That means dedicated, mehnati. And antonym is lazy. She is a very lazy girl. She doesn't do anything. Now, attention. The synonyms of attention is to notice, to observe, to be careful. Yes. Now, if you're not paying attention, so what are you doing? Forgetful? Yes. Yeah. So these are the synonyms and antonyms which I have taken from the book, from the chapter Ants and the Tiny Teacher. Now, how ant is a teacher for all of us? What message is it given to you? We shall study in the further slides. Now, there are many kinds of ants. The commonest among them are black or red ones. We have seen them since we were children. Now, author is saying that he has only observed two colors of ants, either black ones or red ones. And most importantly, author has observed these ants as when he was a child. But he hasn't paid enough attention to them. Where do they live? In their comfortable homes called nests or anthills. Now, even though he has he has never paid attention to their homes, wherever they are living and what are they doing. So, in their comfortable homes called nests or anthills. Yes, each has hundreds of little rooms and passages. Now, he is talking over here about anthills. See? Now see, this is an anthill. Now they are having so many tiny rooms in the anthill and the passages. In some of these rooms, the queen ant lay eggs. Now just imagine, how are they getting oxygen, water, sunlight, air in the small passages and rooms. Now author is trying to tell us that in such areas, queens are laying eggs. Others are nurseries for the young ones called grubs. Now, in one room there are laying eggs and the other one there are nurseries for the young ones known as grubs. Okay. Now, what is this? Which image is it resembling? Is it anthill? Yes, it is anthill because we are studying about it. Yes, so these are anthills. And how can we say that these are anthills? By looking at the passage of here. Ants can also enter from here. Ants can also enter from here. And this is also the passage. Now inside this anthill, there are so many rooms. Yes. Now students, I have pasted one another thing. I am very curious to know as a human being, as a teacher, how is ants reproduction process. Now see this picture carefully. First ant is laying egg, then it becomes into a larva or a grub that grows and becomes cocoon, and that cocoon, when it's finally time, it becomes into an adult ant. So from laying eggs to passing these three stages, so the ants is having only 4 stages of life, 4 stages of reproduction. Okay. Now, ants reserved quarters. They spend, now they are being considered as ants. So, author is using they for ants. They spend most of the time searching for food. So most of the time ants are found that they are searching for food. Some roofs serve as storehouses for these foods. So whenever, now author is trying to tell us about the anthills. Now in anthills there are some rooms that serve as storehouses for these foods. In case of emergency, in case when they are not getting enough food to eat, the storehouses food can be consumed. Okay. So the importance of storehouse is also mentioned. Soldiers have separate barracks. Now see, ant are soldiers also. Did you know? No. So you observe today that ants are having soldiers. No worker has ever tried to live in a soldier's house. No soldier has ever gone out searching for food. That means soldiers को खाना बैठे बैठाए मिलता था. No worker or no soldier or cleaner has ever harmed a grub. That means a small baby ant. So you see, an ant's life is very, very peaceful. Each does its share of work intelligently and bravely and never fights with the other members of the group. So what are the life teachings that we are getting to know of ants? What are the most important things that we are coming to know about ants? That their life is very peaceful. They don't harm the small ants. The soldiers don't go out of their barracks. They don't search for their food. No one enters the barracks of the soldier. And in a very beautiful, peaceful, harmonious manner method, ants are sharing their life with others. Each of them is doing their part of work very intelligently, bravely and peacefully. There is no such fights among the other members of the groups. So this is the positive personality traits of ants, which is discussed by the author. Fine. Now, before we proceed further, students, there is a think and answer for all of you. Now tell me, where did the soldiers ant live? Storehouse, barracks, reserved quarter, or none of these? These words we just now discussed. Soldiers are staying in storehouse? No, it is importance for grains. They live in barracks and they never go out in reserved quarters. Yes? So the correct answer is barrack. How is the space in an anthill divided among the ants? Kaise? They stay in separate rooms and queens are laying eggs and they are having different rooms. There are different rooms for storehouses and there are different rooms for barracks. So when you observe an anthill or you need to watch any video, you need to observe carefully that how the anthill is structured. The design is made by the ants themselves. Fine. Now, before we proceed further, again a pronunciation drill. I will read and pronounce the words and you need to mark and watch my accent and the way I am pronouncing which words. Now, the first word is behavior. It's behavior. Behavior. So it's, when we combine it together, it's behavior. Now barracks. Now it's not barracks or barracks or baraki. No, it's barracks. So it's not, see here H is not mentioned, but here we are using the word H to emphasize on Rux, rux, barracks, barracks, rux. Okay. Now, the third word is antenna. Now, you must be saying antennae because there is E in the last word. So, is it antenna or antenna? Let's see how we pronounce antenna. It's antenna. Antenna. Te, te, te. Antenna. Okay. Now, grub. Now, see, यहाँ पे H नहीं है. Author is not using H. But what are we doing? We are using in this pronunciation is grub, grub, grub. Okay. Now, egg ant life cycle. So I have prepared this image in order to show you that how full ant life cycle is there, what takes place. Now see students, let's start labeling and understanding the process of ant. Now first, egg is laid by the queen. First process is by the queen, she's laying eggs. Second, they are turning into this larva, small. Then third, they are increasing in size. मतलब change क्या हो रहा है? It is giving this wings. It is turning into pupa. Now this pupa will come into antennas. It will have legs, eyes, and then it will have small wings. So this is the lifespan and life cycle of ant. Now, before we proceed further, now let's start and continue our today's topic. The queen is the mother of the entire population of colony. Now here he is telling us about queen. It lives for about 15 years. It has a pair of wings, but bites them off after its wedding flight. This flight takes place on a hot summer day. The queen leaves the nest and goes out to meet a male ant or drone high up in the air. On its return to earth, it gets rid of its wings and then does nothing but it lays eggs. Eggs hatch and grubs come out. Soldiers guard them. Workers feed them, clean them, and also carry them about daily for airing, exercise, sunshine. Now, what is being said over here? Now, in this paragraph, we are seeing two main characters. First is the queen and second is the grubs. Now see, what is the distinct characteristics that we are getting to know about the queen? The queen is the mother of the entire population of the colony. Now colony में जितने भी ants है, जितने भी population है ant की colony में, the queen is the mother. Queen's lifespan is only 15 years. एक ant, एक queen 15 साल तक जीती है. It has a pair of wings. Now queen can fly because she has a pair of wings, but bites them off after its wedding flight. Now she has wings. जब जैसे उसकी शादी हो जाती है, after its wedding flight she bites off. Now what is wedding flight? This flight takes place on a hot summer day. जिस दिन बहुत वो होगी, गर्मी होगी, hot होगी. The queen leaves the nest. Now she will leave the nest and goes out to meet a male ant. या तो वो मेल एंट से मिलेगी या तो वो ड्रेन से मिलेगी, which will be high up in the air because she can fly. She is having wings, so she can fly. On its return to earth, it gets rid of its wings and then does nothing but she only lays eggs. Now, once she has flied and met a male ant or a drone, she will come back to earth. She will get rid of its wings, हटा देगी अपने पंखों को, and सिर्फ और सिर्फ उसका काम रहेगा अंडे देना. Fine. Eggs hatch and grubs come out. अब अंडे दे दिया है तो they are becoming eggs. Now eggs will hatch open and grub is coming out of those eggs. So now soldiers are getting duty. How? Soldiers are guarding them. Workers are feeding them, and apart from feeding, they are also cleaning them. Now the only role of taking the grubs, now queen will only lay the eggs and do nothing else. Now the entire work will be done by the soldiers. How? First of all, they will guard them. Secondly, workers will feed them and clean them. Then they will also carry them about daily outside of this ant hill. Now this is the ant hill. So they will daily take him out from this ant hill for airing, to get fresh air, for exercise and for sunshine. So do you think such things and characteristics are similar for a baby as well? Whenever baby is sick, we also try to take him out, get him fresh air. For exercise also, we also massage the baby for healthier bones and also give him exercise and sunshine. So this is all about ant. Now, what can you see from the image? What is happening? Which process is taking place? The name of the process starts with H. Hatching. How hatching is taking place? Egg is now breaking. Now slowly it is coming, like it is getting out. We can see legs. Now the lower shell is moved and now a full born bird is there. So similarly, this process of hatching is same for each and every insect and animal which is born through egg system. Okay. Now later on, grubs become the cocoons and lie without food or activity for 3 weeks more. That means for 21 days, the cocoon, that is the second stage of the ant, they lie without food. They don't get food, they don't get activity for 21 days. Then cocoons break and the perfect ants appear. Last में क्या होता है? Cocoons also break and the perfect ants appear. Now it's time for teaching and training. New ants learn their duties from old ants such as workers, soldiers, builders, cleaner, etc. After few weeks of training, the ants are ready to go out into the big field of work, big world of work, by storing of foods, taking out foods, food grains and getting them stored in their storehouses. So here what author is trying to tell us, that how ants are using these stuff in order to go out for training purposes of the bigger ants. Yes. So I hope the concept is up until here clear to all of you students. Let's move forward. Now, what is this? What does this image resemble to you? Which live phase of the ant is there? Is it pupa or is it cocoon? Or is it a full grown ant? Or is it an egg? Observe properly. We just now discussed. Yes. So this is about pupa. Yes. Now the time. Now it's testing time, students. Let me test how far have you understood. Now the time period for a grub to become a complete ant is 2 to 3 weeks, 5 to 6 weeks, 4 weeks and none of the above. Now tell me. It's about 2 to 3 weeks. Yes. And all these are wrong. Who is called the mother of the entire population in the colony of ants? Now, mother is always the queen who will only lay eggs. After the wedding flight, she will only lay eggs and do nothing else. Yes? So, I hope the concept of ants is clear to all of you. Now, let's recapitulate whatever we have studied today. So, this is a very interesting chapter of ants, students. I myself learned so many things while teaching to you. Now, what lessons did you learn from the tiny teacher? Now, tiny teacher is the ant. What lessons did you learn? They are hardworking, they are wise, they are intelligent. Okay, they are also thinking for the future because they are storing food for the future. Yes? Yes or no? Yes. Now, describe how ants are born. Now, first of all, what will she do? She will lay eggs. Then eggs will become into cocoon. Cocoon will become pupa. and pupa will become full grown ant. So ant is wise. I have also made this chart for you. Now ants are also working as soldiers. Now first of all they will be grub. Yes. What else? They are loving. Ants are having wings. Queen is having wings so that she can fly. Yes. Now make sentences using anthills, soldiers and brave. Now first sentence will be whenever I visit a beach, I see so many anthills near the beach. The place near to my bathroom has so many anthills. Ants live in the anthills with their family. हो गया, 3 अलग अलग statements बन गए. Now soldier. My father served as a soldier for 20 years. Soldiers protect our country in so many ways. My brother wants to become a soldier when he grows up. My brother's ambition is to become a soldier. He has already cleared his soldier exam. See, so many different words. Now, brave. My mother says when I was a child, I was very brave. I did not get afraid while touching dogs and cats. Yes. Okay. My brother is a very brave person. He drives the car very swiftly. Yes. My parents are very brave. They don't get afraid when they go out in night. See, so many 3-4 types of different sentences can be formed with a single word and the meanings can be different. Now, homework students. Observe the ants building tunnels in a wet and dry sand. Now, how do they look when they are wet sand? How do they look when they are dry? Tunnels built in which sand are more stable? Gile ya सूखे में? You need to observe this. You may also watch videos on YouTube, and you may also watch, National Geographic channel for more insights about ants. Now find out the effects of light and darkness on ants. How do ants behave? What is their behavior analysis? What is the cognitive behavior therapy whenever they are exposed to light and whenever they are exposed to darkness? How do they behave? Is it something different or similar to as humans? Are they afraid of light or are they afraid of darkness? You can only observe this by reading or watching a very beautiful, knowledgeable and insightful video. So I hope the concept of ants is clear to you. So students, in our today's class we started about ant and the topic's name is a tiny teacher. This is all about ant, how wise they are, how intelligent and how working they are. They work so hard for their family and then they also try to store so many things in the storehouses, and ants are very hardworking. Now we also came to know about queens, that queens are the mothers of the entire population or clan of the ants. After the first wedding flight, she gets rid of the wings and then only she does is to lay eggs. Now after queen has laid eggs, the work is almost done by her. Now it is the work of the soldiers and workers who will take care of the ant, take them out for daily exercise activity. Next we studied about then when ants are of 4 weeks and then when they become a cocoon, they don't drink water, they don't eat for 21 days, they don't go out, they only rest. After they rest, after 4th week, they become full grown ants and then they get training in sense they learn from old ants how to go out, how to search for food, how to go in group, how to come back in group. After all these things, then the ant is ready to survive, struggle in the big world. And one most important thing about ant which we just studied was the importance and role of feelers or antennas. So students, I want you all to make sure that next time whenever you observe a group of ants, whenever they are going up and climbing down the wall, observe what are they trying to do with the antennas. Quickly observe, don't harm them, just simply observe what are the activities and actions with the antennas. So I hope you must have enjoyed this factful story and journey of ants with me. Even I enjoyed a lot while teaching to you. So take care, goodbye, and yes, last thing I want to say is if you find any doubt or difficulty while going through this lesson, kindly comment down in the chat box. I'll try to respond as soon as possible. Till then, take care students, be happy, healthy, bye, keep on studying and getting better marks. Bye, take care, thank you for listening.